we're going to open it up. Any more healthcare questions? We're going to open it up to other questions that some people have, particularly. Okay, how about Pat Colazzo?
I'm Pat Colazzo, 77627. As are many of your constituents, I'm very concerned about the Trump-Russian connection and the implication that Russia's interference in our election and in our democracy. Will you fully support an investigation into this matter and require Mr. Trump to release his taxes? And please don't give the same answers one of your colleagues did the other day. They said, well, he won the election, so people don't care. Well, people do care. Yeah. No, he said he would release his taxes. Yeah.
Holly Hoffbauer had a similar question. Do you want to ask it? Do you want? Okay.
Holly Hoffbauer, 77706. And I want to know if Weber is going to support a bipartisan, independent. Into this administration's ties to Russia and their plot to influence our election.
Kent Robichaux?
Kent Robichaux from Neyland, 77627. First of all, I want to thank the good doctor.
Yes.
So far, every doctor I go to complains about Obamacare getting in their pocket, making things worse for all of us. He's coming out. My question is, well, Clinton back in Glass-Steagall, I'm trying to get all this straight, but he signed away Glass-Steagall, which was put in 1929 during the Great Depression to help get us out of that Great Depression, which was caused by income inequality and big banks making risky investments with our money.
Yes.
People that hard-earned money they invested in. Glass-Steagall was in place until Clinton took it out. That was the worst thing he could have done. Because the big banks, Chase and J.P. Morgan and all the others who were begging for this bailout, got risky with our money, lost it all, were selling bad mortgages and stuff. And this got into a lot of people's, probably the next thing that is near and dear to people's hearts, their retirement savings, their 401ks and their pensions. This people lost anywhere from 35 to 50%, their homes and everything because of the irresponsibility of these investors that have invested money in things that were, they shouldn't have been. Deregulation. All of that Reagan started and all that was the worst thing that could have happened for all of us as investors. People depend on their retirements because there are a lot of companies. I was fortunate enough to retire with a pension. There's a lot of companies that don't have pensions, and you depend on your 401k, and you put it into something and they invest it in something and lose it. So my question to him would be, if he was here, if he would have the nerve to show up, would be, are you supporting this rollback of and repeal of Dodd-Frank that our President Trump, I hate to say that, but he just signed his one of his many executive orders that he went nuts on, and signed an executive order to roll back Dodd-Frank and take out those regulations, and it's going to allow those investment firms to get crazy with our money.
Friends.
I want to know if he was one of them that supports that, that he's going to continue to support that irresponsibility.
Yeah, I think we all want to know if he supports Glass-Steagall, because I think that you support Glass-Steagall. I think we're gonna end on this question. If Stephanie Glass-Steagall wants to come up and ask a question. Oh, she left already? Okay.
Stephanie back there? She had to leave.
Oh, shoot, she should have told us.
Okay. All right. Does anyone else want to speak? Have a question? Yes, ma'am.
My name is Lee, and I live at 77708. Two things I want to say about the health care. People don't realize how health care affects them until they lose a job. And you know, I've had friends to say that as long as insurance does not impact their salary or whatever, but people just don't realize when they have family members who end up needing health care and they don't have it. I have a sister who worked 41 years and retired, and she didn't have insurance because of pre-existing conditions. High blood pressure that was stable, type 2 diabetes that was stable. They wanted to charge her $700 to $1,000 a month for insurance. I have friends who have college degrees. When the jobs go overseas and a person is working as a chemical engineer and they lose their job and they have pre-existing conditions, they fall into the same category as the person who works for minimum wage. And I tell a lot of my friends, I haven't been impacted so far by insurance. But when we left for Rita and we came back, they could not open a lot of businesses because the minimum wage people weren't here. And minimum wage people sometimes work 2 jobs to survive. And we still don't feel that they deserve insurance. And I just think that's just so un-American. Also, it was one other thing I want. I think it was just terrible when we haven't touched that. Immigrants are welcome. I think it's terrible that they can stop a person on the street and ask them, they've not done anything, and ask them for a paper showing that, or a card showing that they should be here when they haven't done anything. Is he getting rid of good people or criminals?
Right.
You know, you just don't know. You hear of mothers and children. You don't hear about criminals being picked up and taken back over the border. So, but anyway, I just wanted to say that.
So how many people here have had a speeding ticket or a parking ticket?
No.
Yeah. Well, now that's grounds for deportation.
Really?
Yes.
I did too, I thought it was a joke.
If you're here undocumented.
I got a question.
Yes.
I'm sorry, maybe you might know the answer. They say they're just enacting on the immigration and the deportation laws that are already on the books. We also have laws on the books regarding employers that employ illegal immigrants. I don't see them going after them.
That's a good point.
You got to have some trouble about that.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the problem.
Now talking about immigration, I wanted to say that I'm the proud daughter of refugee parents. My parents came from Lebanon during the war, and they came here in the 1980s. And they came here and worked their butts off. My dad is a physician also. He's a pediatrician, Dr. Reza Ataya, which some people know here. He became a pillar of this community.
Yes.
He raised his kids to the best. I mean, he came here for us, you know, and he worked really hard. Him and my mom together. And you know, if it weren't for him, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have gone to school. I also became a physician, became a pediatrician. I came here, we started a practice where we've been able to hire people, give people jobs. My dad worked for free for several years, decades, in the Southeast Texas Health Clinic and provided health care to children without any insurance. Because of his health, has had to stop doing that in the last year. But he did that for decades, and I hope that I can eventually do that too. And he's provided health care to kids with Medicaid, kids without any help. I mean, special needs kids that nobody else would take in this community. And it's just a shame that what's going on with the refugees. It's a shame. These are good people. These are people who have jobs. They're educated. They have children. They need to come here. You know, they need a place to be.
Right. And this is America, and that's what we do.
Right. The diversity. We're all immigrants, right? So my question is to you: Will you back up these refugees? Will you fight for them, and will you fight for the immigrants?
Frederick wanted to say something.
Yeah, Mr. Robichaud asked a few minutes ago, was he on the back door at Frank? I know what he did last week. Him and Bannon both voted to do away with the rule that requires investment councils to work on your behalf, not theirs. He voted for that. I know he did that.
I just want to say I haven't had time to fact check it, but on my way over here I saw another thing. It was, I think, the Southern Poverty Law Center put this out there. The Arizona state legislature has proposed a law allowing civil asset forfeiture of anyone who participates in a protest if that protest turns violent, and in particular, the organizers of the protest. And that's probably not going to go anywhere because it's like, but any of you that can do so, please contribute to groups like the ACLU, the Southern Poverty Law Center,
Planned Parenthood,
And Indivisible.
Whatever you can do, this is the time. If you have any money, put it out there and help these groups. Help Planned Parenthood.
We're at our 1 hour limit. We have to leave now, so I just want to, you mentioned organizers, want to make some closing remarks. There are some organizers from Golden Triangle Indivisible that I do want to give thanks to. If they could stand up. Shelby Smith. I don't know that anyone else is here right now, so I'm just going to read their names. Amber Crow, Savita Vega, Heather Mullen, Jessica Sanders, Monica Williams, Raymond Holmgren, Aaron Mapp, Tiffany Perkins, and lastly, Marcy Smith. I just want to make one last announcement, and that's go to our GTI Indivisible page and follow it on Facebook to get future announcements. And really, our next mission is to get people to get up and vote in our next upcoming elections, and to help support some candidates as well. So that's going to be our next mission. So please follow us on Golden Triangle Indivisible on Facebook.
Is Sheila still here?
Yes, I'm here.
Sheila, tell us who, because I didn't get your email soon enough.
Okay, well, Beaumont City Council, BISD, and a lot of areas. It's in the Beaumont Enterprise, a big list. I sent you an attachment.
I was late.
Okay, but the municipal elections and the school boards are in May. Now, even though they don't run for party, but that's a good place to start.
Ask him about Betsy DeVos.
Is there going to be a march on April 15th?
There's a March for Science on April 22nd.
There's also something about a tax day.